Once again, welcome to this channel, and in today's video we are going to learn about CSS 2D transformation. Actually, in CSS there are two type of transformations. If you talk with respect to dimensions, so there are 2D transformations and 3D transformations. So in this video we are going to learn about 2D transformations and the methods and properties that we can use in 2D transformation, and in upcoming video we will be learning about 3D transformation. So actually in CSS 2D transformation, these are the following functions that we can use to transform an element. So there is translate, rotate, scale, skew. So let's talk about each of them individually. So in translate, we move element to the defined direction in defined axis. So for example, in x-axis or y-axis, in the example below you can see the transform property is the one that contain the function as a value of it, and it then transforms that element according to the function. So here we have given the translate function, and in this translate function we have given two parameters. Right here the first parameter is for x-axis and the second parameter is for y-axis. So let us see it inside our browsers. So here we are. For showing you example, I am going to create an empty div and style it according to our preferences. So in div I am going to give it height of 40 pixels and width of 40 pixels. Actually make it a bit bigger so that you may see it. So we have created a 100 pixels square right here. So let us give it the property of transform, translate. So on x-axis let us say we want to translate it 100 pixels, and on y-axis also we wanted to translate 100 pixels. So it will right now be at a distance of 100 pixels from above and 100 pixels from background. So we are not able to see it right here. So in order to visualize it, we have to give it some sort of background color, and let us give it red background color. So right, you can see it has 100 pixels of distance from above and 100 pixels of distance from left side. So what if we want to translate it only in one direction but not in both directions? So we can do it as well. So to do so we use the same transform property, and in this we give it the translate x or translate y rather than only translate function. So if I give it translate x, then it would translate it on x-axis according to this value, whereas if I give it translate y right here, it would translate it according to that value provided as a parameter at y-axis. So right here, as you can see, now it is just translated on our x-axis only. So after translate functions comes our rotate function, and as by its name you can know it that it rotates our element. So if we give positive value as a parameter, then it rotates it clockwise. Otherwise, if we give it negative value in degrees, then it would rotate it anti-clockwise, counterclockwise. So for watching its example, let us comment it and see here transform, rotate, let us say 45 degrees so that we may visualize it. So right here, as you can see, it has got rotated actually 45 degree. Now it is exceeding these borders of our view because it, after rotating, its height and width actually has in this way according to this dimension has changed. So that's why in that case it is just exceeding in that. Otherwise there is no other such agenda. Now this scale method is used to increase or decrease the size of an element. Now it is used to decrease or increase the size of an element. So in this scale we provide the value as if 1 is the number 1 is taken as the 100% of this element, of the element's height or width, as we will be providing. So if we give it 2, which means double its size and 200% of its size in that axis. So if we give it 0.5, it means 50% of that size. So right here in this example, we are giving it two parameters for x and for y, and if we would be wanting it to just translate in only one direction, then we can use these functions respectively for x-axis and y-axis as we did for translate. So let us test that one as well. So for scale it transform 2 and 3. So right, as you can see, its size has just increased according to that measurement that we gave here. So this skew method just skews the element to a given angle at a given axis. So it can also be used separately as skew x and skew y. So for using skew, let us give it transform skew of 20 degree and 30 degree maybe. This spelling is wrong. You can see it has skewed it on x-axis as well as on y-axis, and if we want it just to skew on a specific axis, then we can do so as well by using that axis like this. And now you can see it has just skewed it on x-axis. So there is a function for transform, that is matrix, and in this function we can give all 6 parameters in one function, which has this syntax right here. The matrix function contain the value for each of these functions, like scale x, skew x, skew y, skew x, scale x, translate x, and translate y. The order of this element or order of these functions in this function is really important. So as you would provide all these values inside it, it would apply those methods or those transformations to that element at the same time. So this is the way of using multiple transformations, all the transformations in a single element in a single line. So this was it for this video. I hope you liked the video. Thank you for watching the video. Goodbye.